Imagine you are merging into heavy traffic and suddenly your transmission slams into the next gear so hard you think you just got rear-ended by a ghost, or maybe your engine starts screaming because the transmission is slipping and refuses to catch. When that orange engine light pops on and you see code P2723, your car is shouting about a serious performance issue with pressure control solenoid EE. This is a generic code that hits everything from a Nissan and a Chevy to high-end cars like BMW and Audi. Inside your automatic transmission, there is a complex labyrinth of fluid passages, and these solenoids are the gatekeepers. They open and close to direct highly pressurized fluid to specific clutches and bands at the exact right millisecond to give you a smooth shift. When solenoid E stops playing along or gets stuck in the off position, the computer loses control over the hydraulic pressure for that specific gear set. This often forces the car into a protective limp mode where you are stuck in second or third gear just to prevent the internal parts from grinding themselves into metallic glitter. The severity here is high because driving like this will cook your transmission in no time. Before you let a shop talk you into a $5,000 rebuild, you have to check the lifeblood of the system, the transmission fluid. Pull that dipstick and look at the color and smell. If it is bright cherry red, you might be in luck. If it is pitch black and smells like a burnt campfire, you likely have internal mechanical damage and that solenoid is probably clogged with debris. Check your records to see when the last time you swapped the filter and fluid was, because a clogged filter can starve the solenoids of the pressure they need to function. If the fluid looks decent, grab your digital multimeter. You need to do a visual inspection of the wiring harness going into the transmission case. These wires are exposed to road salt, water, and extreme heat, so it is super common to find a melted connector or a wire that has rubbed bare against the frame. You want to check for continuity and resistance on the solenoid circuit. A healthy wire should show 0 ohms of resistance. If the wiring is perfect, you are likely looking at a failed solenoid or a clogged valve body. Sometimes a simple transmission flush can clear out the junk that is jamming the valve, but if the electrical coil inside the solenoid is dead, you will have to drop the pan and swap it out. It is a messy job, but it is way cheaper than a whole new transmission. Keep in mind that a bad transmission pump can also trigger this if it cannot provide enough baseline pressure for the solenoid to work with. Always be thorough because a simple bad ground can mimic a catastrophic internal failure.